When conditions become uncertain, most leadership conversation focuses on strategy. What I see in the rooms I work in is different. What destabilizes teams first is usually not the plan. It's what happens inside the leadership layer when pressure rises. I am Karrion Carr, leadership advisor, licensed therapist, and founder of Sovereign Therapy and Coaching. I work with executives and high achieving leaders on regulation, decision clarity, and communication under pressure. Here are 5 things I've seen matter most when the environment gets volatile. 1. Stabilize the leadership layer first. Before you try to stabilize the business, stabilize the people steering it. Through the Sovereign Leader Diagnostic, we constantly see the same early pattern under sustained pressure. Decision bandwidth narrows, tone shortens, leaders start moving faster, but with less discernment. I work with a founder whose company looked strong on paper, but the senior team kept revisiting the same decisions. Nothing was technically broken. The room just felt tight. Once the founder slowed their own pacing in executive meetings and modeled more grounded decision flow, the churn dropped within weeks. The takeaway is this: if the leadership layer is running hot, the organization will feel it. 2. Narrow the field of priorities early. When uncertainty rises, many teams add more initiatives. Though it feels responsible in the moment, it usually fragments execution. In one advisory intensive, a leadership team came in with 12 priorities for the quarter. Every one of them had a solid rationale. The problem was visible in the room. Different departments were protecting different things. We reduced the active focus to 3 near-term priorities tied directly to sustainability and client delivery. The shift was immediate. Less friction, fast execution, clean ownership. In volatile seasons, restraint is not weakness. It is a leadership discipline. 3. Structure communication so the room stays workable. Under pressure, communication often becomes compressed and emotionally loaded without leaders realizing it. This is exactly why I developed the Sovereign Communication Protocol. It helps leaders regulate in real time and communicate with precision when stakes are high. I worked with an executive team that believed they were communicating constantly, and they were. The issue was that decisions were being implied instead of clearly named. People left meetings with different interpretations, then spent energy course correcting downstream. Once the team began explicitly stating decisions, owners, and next checkpoints in real time, alignment improved quickly. Same people, same strategy, much cleaner execution. 4. Protect culture while pressure is high. Culture rarely breaks all at once. It tightens first. You start to notice high performers speaking less in meetings. Risk concerns surface later than they should. Collaboration becomes more polite and less candid. I saw this with a fast scaling team where decision pressure was climbing. Performance still looked strong, but candor in the room was dropping. We reset expectations around early risk visibility and reinforced psychological safety alongside accountability. Within a few months, issues were being surfaced faster and solved with far less drag. If you wait to protect culture until after all the pressure wave passes, you are already behind. 5. Build deliberate recovery into the operating rhythm. Strong teams can push hard for a season. They are not designed to run in sustained urgency indefinitely. One of the most expensive mistakes I see leaders make is postponing recovery until people are already showing wear. This is one reason why I lead immersive retreats for high performing leaders. When people step fully out of the pressure environment, even briefly, their thinking widens again. I have watched leaders resolve issues in 2 days of real recalibration that stayed stuck for months inside constant operational noise. Recovery is not indulgent, it protects long term performance. Turbulent periods do not require leaders to become louder or more forceful. They require leaders who can stay clear, regulated, and deliberate while pressure is rising around them. When the leadership signal holds steady, teams think better, move cleaner, and sustain performance much longer. If this perspective is useful to you, you can learn more about my work at Sovereign Therapy and Coaching, and you can follow my ongoing leadership insight on LinkedIn